Hey guys, it's Kyla J and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a natural everyday face. This will kind of be a little chatty. I know y'all like, no sir? I want to kind of take you guys through how I get my face prepared for makeup application. So first things first, to keep your skin healthy, you have to always drink water. I like to just use any organic soap or a black soap, and I wash my face with that with a cleansing brush. So when I get out of the shower, and I'll pat my face dry, and then I like to tone. So what I like to use to tone my skin is witch hazel. It's so affordable and it really does the same job. So I'm just gonna take a round pad and I'm just applying this on my face. Now I'm gonna go in with some Palmer's cocoa butter. This is the Even Tone Fade Cream. Now I have this small jar with some castor oil. I'm gonna use that to moisturize my lips. I just put a little on my lips and I take my pinky finger and I just rub that in. I'm not super big on skincare, and it's not really something that I just woke up and said, oh, I'm just not gonna take care of my skin. But it's just not a thing that I really go extra for. I have spent hundreds of dollars on skincare products, and you know, they've worked for a period of time and then they've stopped working, and so I just kind of go with the flow and I just switch up my skincare regimen all the time. The only constant thing I would say I use on my face is probably witch hazel, because that has never failed me ever. My Angel Veil by NYX, just in case it gets a little, well, it's gonna be pretty hot, so I'm gonna use this as my primer. Make sure you guys can see that. My skin doesn't really have issues. I've always, you know, popped pimples and zits, and I'm the type of person to pick at it and stuff like that. So growing up, that's kind of just been a thing that I did. I had really bad skin for a while just because I was always picking at my face, always scratching at my face, and honestly it's still a habit that I have. However, I'm not as vicious with it as I used to be. Like, I still have scars, but my face is not full of them like they used to be when I was younger. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna color correct. I'm just gonna go in really lightly with some red concealer, because I'm the main reason why I have acne scars. I don't see the reason in being self-conscious about it. So that's why you guys will notice that when I do color correct, I don't go over my scars. Now that I've set my under eye, I'm going to go in with my foundation, Fenty Beauty, and this is in the shade 430. So I'm taking my BH Cosmetics, this is my foundation brush from their Quartz collection. I'm just gonna spray my brush a little bit with some witch hazel, and I'm gonna take the product and I'm going to buff it onto my face in sections. You can definitely layer it if you feel like it's too light and you want to go in with some more. You can do that. Another thing you can do if you want something natural is to use a sponge. That usually gives a really natural coverage too. I really need to get a haircut. That's why my hair is tied up right now. So as for now, I'm gonna do like what guys do and keep my hair covered until I get my life together. If you're going out in the day, especially if you're interacting with people, maybe you work in customer service or whatever you do, you're interacting with people on a daily basis, you do not want any harsh lines. If you're going out to a fete or you're going out to dinner or whatever, you can kind of get away with doing a lot of harsh makeup. You can pass. But during the daytime now, even if people aren't in your face, they can see you from across the room or they can see you from whichever direction. And so you want to be as soft and as natural as you can possibly be. So I'm going to go in with Chestnut. This is in the LA Girls Pro Conceal. I'm also going to use a little bit of medium Bisque to give me the light that I need. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this medium Bisque by LA Girl Pro Conceal. So this is my beauty sponge from the crayon case. I'm going to use this to blend out my concealer. I'm gonna go over my eyelids as well. When I do a normal eye look, I usually go over my lids with heavy concealer as a base. But because we're doing natural makeup, we're just gonna skip all of that. Once again, I'm going in with my Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to use my SACHA face matte powder. This is in the shade Perfect Honey. This is basically a face powder, a loose face powder, but it's a shade or two lighter than me. Because we're doing daytime everyday makeup, I don't want to set my highlight with a light color because I want to have a highlighted look. However, I don't want to look like, oh, I overdid this. If you don't have a face powder, you can also just mix your setting powder with your face powder, or you know what, just go in with your setting powder. It's nothing. Just use a light hand, and you can do like what I do. I tend to press the product into my highlighted area and then sweep it away, so you won't get that yellow cast that setting powder usually puts down. Do any other baking, I'm still gonna go under my jaw with that powder to work on my highlight, to work on my contour. So it already looks like I kind of contoured, even though I didn't. Scamming, that's what I do. I go to university, and so I've been back for a while. And girl, going between like places when you live on campus and like going home, like it's just a constant adjusting thing going on all the time. It's crazy. I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil. This is in dark brown. Going to school and returning back home, it's definitely an experience. You have to adjust to so much, and it's like you're dying to get home, and then when you get home and you're home for a while, you're dying to go back. Like when you're at school, especially when you live on campus, you get so used to a certain routine. You get used to waking up at a certain time. You get used to doing laundry a certain time. You get used to traveling a certain type of way. You have all of these different things that you can do whenever you're making your own decisions. You know what I mean? Like you're staying out without nobody asking you any questions. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a routine when you're at school, and then you get home and everything changes. Like after you've gotten so comfortable with being by yourself or having your own space, before you know it, you have to pack up everything, and then you have to leave. Then you're home with your parents. Now you get up at a different time. Now you have a different routine. Like it's such, you have to just adjust to it so much. And even though you still get to do things that you love to do, or that things that are more comfortable to you, it kind of throws you off at first, and you kind of have to get used to it. Then you start to miss school and you kind of miss doing your own thing and not having to really communicate or like tell everybody what you're up to all the time. Then you get back to school and you're like, take me back. Take me home. Take me home right now, this instant. So what I'm doing with this pencil is I don't have much of a tail. So when I get to the end, I go a little bit more harsh with the pencil and I create that body that I don't have at the end. And then I go back light and feather out the beginning of my brows. I'm going in with Chestnut again, and I'm using this concealer only to conceal my eyebrows. When you're doing everyday makeup, you can skip the whole highlight color and all that if you're not gonna go all out with it. And I'm going to just clean up. And see, it just blends in with my skin already because it's a close color. I'm going to be using this flat top concealer brush. This is from MAC. This is a 212 brush. And I'm just going to but shape out the top of my brow. Okay, I'm not gonna interfere with the sisters anymore. They're not twins, but they're sisters, and they might not have the same daddy, but they still love each other, okay? That's all that counts, once they still love each other. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the leftover concealer on my hand, and I'm not gonna waste it, so I'm gonna apply it to my eyelid as a primer. So I'm going to use that same loose face powder that I used on my face because it already has a brown tone to it. This will serve as a eyeshadow. I'm going to just use my contour palette and a fluffy brush, and I'm going to just deepen up the crease of my eye. I'm pressing that in, and I'm just going to buff that out the same way I would do if I was doing a eye look, just to give my eyes a little depth. And if it comes off too harsh, I'll just go into that natural color and just buff it out. But I'm just doing this to kind of bring back some of that dimension to my eye. So now that I've done the eyes, I personally can't go without a little liner. If you do not like to do wing liners or you can't do eyeliners, you can skip this step completely. You don't have to do eyeliner, period. I'm going to do a very thin line of eyeliner. I'm going to try to be as neat as possible so I don't have to clean up with any concealer. I'm going to use this black eyeliner pencil. This is from Santee. I've used this pencil all the way down, but that says Santee. And I'm going to go under my lashes. I'm going to use a shader brush, and I'm just going to smoke out that liner a little bit. I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Max Volume Mascara. The bristles to this thing are so tiny that they pick up on my little lashes. Now I have my top lashes and my bottom lashes coated, and that could be it for the eyes. If you don't have any time or you do not know how to apply lashes, you can just finish off the rest of your face and that's it. You can't go without lashes. That's just a thing that doesn't happen often. Like, today I'll be using a pair of these wispy lashes from Ardell. My favorite natural lashes of all time are the Ardell Demi Wispies. Any Demi Wispy lash is the lash for me. I love Demi Wispy lashes. I'm using my Duo Goop brush on adhesive. And there we go. Now we have a little flutter. Now we have a little glam to the eyelashes. While that glue is drying clear, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face. So I'm gonna take my BH Cosmetics powder brush, and I'm taking my face powder. This is from Black Radiance in the color Ebony. This is a pressed powder. And before I even go into the powder, I'm going to take the brush, which already has residue on it, and I'm going to brush off any extra setting powder. I'm using the Gold Deposit by MAC, but I like to pair it with this Colorpop Super Shock in Glo Up. I forgot to contour. Oh my gosh. So I'm using a BH Cosmetics brush. This is their contour brush. It looks like this. And I'm going back into my contour palette, and I'm just applying a little bit of powder where I would contour. And now I'm snatched. I like to take my K-pop highlighter, and I like to just put down that color first. And I like to set my highlight with some MAC Gold Deposit. I figure if I'm not gonna have like a really beat face, I should at least be popping with my highlight, you know? And whatever is left back, I dust that on my chin and on my forehead and down my nose. This is WetnWild Simma Brown Now pencil. While my face continues to dry, I'm just going to take this brown pencil and I'm going to line my lips. So I'm going in with this universal lip gloss. As I put my lip gloss on my hand and then apply it. When I do it this way, I can go in with a lot of gloss. So yes guys, I just finished off this look with my favorite pair of Hoochie Mama earrings, and now that I'm done my look, I can go to work, I can go to school, I can go and run errands. It looks great in the sunlight. It's not too dramatic, not too overpowering, and you can still see like your natural face, and it's really quick. Especially if you're in a rush, you can do this. You can do this in the car, you can do this in your lunchroom. Like, it's really simple, really quick, really easy. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this to all your friends on social media. We'll see you guys later. Bye.